Shalom, everybody. Rabbi Edelstein here with another edition of Rabbi E in 3, brought to you by MEOR, Washington, D.C., MEORDC.com. That's our website. Have a look and learn about the programs we offer, including every semester at GW University, the Maimonides Jewish Leaders Fellowship. Lech Lecha, that's the name of this week's Torah portion, third one in the book of Bereshis, Genesis, and it begins with stirring, awe-inspiring, and indeed very, very famous words. God speaks to Avraham, our first first patriarch, saying, Lech lecha me'artzecha, go from your country. Actually, go for yourself. Lech lecha, interesting expression. From your country, from your city of birth, and from your father's house to the land that I will show you. And there God says, I'll make you a great nation, I'll make your name renowned, veheye bracha, and you shall be a blessing. Another interesting expression. God speaking to Avraham at the age of 75 years old. That's Avraham, not God. But Avraham had spent decades teaching the world about monotheism because on his own at a very early age, we learn in our oral tradition, Avraham discerned that behind this world there was a creator, a borei olam, a creator of the world, and he taught all the people around him who were idolaters. There was no MEOR DC, there was no Hebrew school. He taught them that they were wrong and their worship was senseless and that there was one God, one spiritual God behind this whole world in control of everything. He taught the world monotheism long before God spoke to him. And actually not just monotheism, but doing kindness unto others, emulating God by doing kindness, because God does kindness to this world. And he says to him this phrase, be a blessing. And included in be a blessing is that idea of doing kindness. Really, that's our first mission statement, I would say, as a people, as a Jewish people. We have many mission statements in the Torah. Later on, God at Mount Sinai will say, be a mamlechet kohanim and goy kadosh, a kingdom of spiritual leaders, priests, if you will, and a holy nation. But here God speaks to Avraham, our patriarch, and says, heye bracha, be a blessing. In other words, what does it mean, be a blessing? We understand what it means to make a blessing. But be a blessing, do good for your fellow man. See your life on this earth as being a fountain of showering blessings on your fellow man, doing kindness to them. And Avram's career was an incredible one of loving kindness. Be a blessing, but there's even more than that, because Avram didn't just feed people, which he did, or be kind to them. He was more than a nice guy. He taught them the source of all blessing is God. He wanted people to connect back to the source of all blessing. And that's what, when we make a blessing on a food or something, we're actually thanking God and acknowledging God as the source of this delightful pleasure, be it coffee, bread, wine that we're about to partake of. So people, be a blessing. Say blessings, of course, but in your life, in your way of life, in the mitzvot you do, shower good on your fellow man and teach them with your life, with your words, with your example, that there's a source behind all the blessing. That's Hashem. Hayei bracha. Have a good Shabbos.